So we're gonna get back to working on the Timberjack. We're starting in on the winch. So, got a winch, or a hoist hooked up. Just look how bad that cable is. It's really, really bad. I can't pull this out by hand, and it's wound all the way in there. So the plan is, since the skidder's running, I'm gonna start it up, release the brake, and use the hoist to start pulling the cable up enough to get through the fairlead, and then I'll be able to hook it onto something and pull it out all the way off the drum. And then we're going to take the winch out. It looks like the bearings are kind of shot. I can woggle the drum around in there by hand, so bearings are definitely not great. The brake cylinder is actually not leaking, so that's pretty cool. That may start leaking, I don't know. We're gonna take the fairleads off too. The roller on the close side is totally seized, so we'll use a little heat and a press. See if we can get the pin out of that, get some new bearings in there. There's a bunch of cracks in there, so we'll weld it up, plate it a little bit. And then I'll probably use the truck crane so I can leave this thing parked out of the way just in case it takes longer than it should. Once those two parts are off, we're gonna park it, take the fuel tank back out because it's not even bolted in there. I'm gonna paint it just so it doesn't rust, and then I'll be able to drop the crane down in and take the rear pumpkin out because it's all loose and there was a little piece of tooth in the oil, so I don't know how bad it's gonna be, if we're gonna have to put all new gears in or not. Right now, I got the plantaries out and the axle shafts out, and underneath here, the drive shaft is hanging. So I did all that just so I could take the pumpkin out. Run into a little time issue here. I'm gonna have to go mess with some other stuff for a few days. So I want to be able to get this out of the shop. Need the full space here to paint truck. So I was getting ready to pull the pumpkin. Right now I'm driving around on the front axle, which for driving on flatland works just fine. So yeah, let's start it up, release the brake, and see if we can get that cable out of there. Hope it works. pretty bound up. Well, I'm going to show you what happened here. It's a decent amount of cable. It was a whole 30 feet maybe. So you got to be careful when you're winching to not do this. Either the bird's nest part, which is terrible, or I'm trying to show. See, this cable is under the others. I wrapped it up loose and then pulled tight, and as you saw, I ran out of crane there. I couldn't pull that out. We're just going to pull the whole winch out. It's so bird's nested. I want to pull it out. I'll set it down, and we'll just take the torch and start cutting this stuff till it's off the drum. It's junk. I mean, I can use that. Maybe the last piece will be good for a gate or something, but there isn't enough here to still skid with. I mean, you could do some stuff that's 20 feet maybe. That's all it's got left. So that's what, 3. Yeah, I have about 20 feet. That's probably why there's only 4 slides on it. Not much you can do when it's that short. So we're gonna put some fresh cable on. Let's get the winch out of there. So, now we've got our fairlead and our winch all separate. Fairlead, I need to get the pins out of the rollers. One of them seized. I'll at least change that one. I'll see how much the bearings are. Maybe I'll change all of them. The winch, the drum's got play in it. It's got absolute garbage cable on it. And I need to take the rear differential out. And now, with everything out of there, I can drop the crane down through. I'm going to pull the fuel tank out of back there because it's kind of rusty on the outside. So I'll clean that up, paint it, have that ready to go back in. Also, the straps haven't been connected. Be nice to strap it down so it doesn't rattle and wear through. And then I'll be able to reach in there, pull the pumpkin out, tighten it up, see what I have to do, see if it needs gears, bearings, what it needs, get it ready for the woods, put it back in. That way it at least won't leak and should be tight so it doesn't blow up. And then put the tank back, strap it down, put the winch back, bolt it in, put the fairlead back. There's a little bit of welding. I'm gonna plate up a little bit of this stuff. It's there's a few cracks back here, so I'll grind and torch those cracks out and weld them up. Put a little plating on it where it needs it and make it ready for another 40 years. Or actually this thing's probably 70s, which puts it at 50 years old. I don't know if it'll make another 50 years, but maybe. If I do this and someone else works on it later. Anyway, thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see. Hope you enjoy it. Bye.